Thank you for tuning in to your public access television station, Station 98, Columbia, Missouri.
Sports Side World Performance Time! Excellent! Here at Sports Psych World, we're coming to you each and every week to bring you a great topic in sports psychology that can take your performances to the next level. I'm Derek.
And I'm Ben!
Yeah! You know what? Speaking of taking performances to the next level, how about that cross-country team last week? Yeah! Women taking home that W, and T. Schneids and the boys who are doing it great up at the first meet in Illinois. Shout out!
Woo!
Woo! T. Schneids, keep that hair long, man. It's working good. So, I guess that we probably need to share some awesome topics with this group. Do you have any for me, Ben?
I sure do. It's called growth mindset.
Growth mindset? Go on.
Well, growth mindset was thought about by a professor from Stanford named Dweck. And she said that there's basically two mindsets you can have. One is growth mindset, which means you can learn every day and get better and be in control of where you take yourself. The other one is a total bummer mindset called fixed mindset. And it's basically you just think you can't do anything and you stay the same forever.
Whoa, Dweck, what a brain!
Brain alert!
Whoa! Wow, Ben, that's a perfect topic for this time of the year. Because this time of the year, whether you're starting cross or starting track, it's about getting better and getting to the next level. Awesome! Sports Psych World!
Party time!
Excellent!
That was some riveting for those guys. We submitted the Cannes Film Festival, so we're hoping to get in and win some awards. So I'm going to preface this talk by saying when we're talking about growth mindset and when we're talking about any of these high performance sports psych topics, this is the easy part. Talking about it is the easy part, and giving you guys the information is the easy part. The hard part is, how are we going to show it every day when we show up to practice, when we show up to the classroom, you know, when we're hanging out, wherever we are. How are we going to make this part of our culture? So the first thing we're going to talk about is growth mindset. And so basically, you saw in the video, growth mindset is the mindset of you're in control. You're in control of your abilities and how you develop those abilities. And you can get better, and you can meet challenges and expectations and things like that. And fixed mindset basically says you are what you are. Everyone is given a certain level of talent, and then that's where everyone has to stay until the end of time. So there's basically 5 different issues that we're talking about when we're talking about growth mindset. The first one is challenges. We want to embrace challenges. You guys wouldn't be here if you didn't want to embrace challenges. You know, because this isn't easy. We want to be challenged, and we want to get better, and we want to do better. And so a great example, somebody on our team, Gerard, he was a 400-meter runner, and then he switched to 400 hurdles because he saw an opportunity, you know, to change events and, you know, perform well in another event. Qualifies for junior nationals. So I think we should all give it up for saw an opportunity, took that opportunity as a challenge, embraced that challenge head on, had a lot of success with it. Another aspect is making right choices. So the challenge of making right choices. And that's making right choices. We talk about it in all 3 areas: athletic performance, social responsibility, and academic excellence. You know, you're going to have that guy, yes, Coach Halter told the story, you're going to have that guy or that girl in the dorms that's going to be like, hey man, you want to go out tonight, even though you have practice tomorrow, you know, blah, blah, blah. You know, trying to make that right choice to protect yourself and protect the team. Because, you know, we're all here striving together to get better for each other. The next one I want to talk about is setbacks. So we're persisting in the face of setbacks. We know not everything is going to be perfect all the time. You know, we deal with things like injuries. You know, we deal with things like boo birds, as some people like to call them. You know, the negative people that can really pull you down. So you have to persist and you have to keep going forward. You can't let those people weigh you down. You can't let those negative experiences, weigh you down. You have to, just like the challenge, you have to face them head on. You have to keep persisting and going forward. You guys have heard about this one a lot today. This one is huge, especially going into fall training. Effort. So when we're talking about effort, we view effort as a path to mastery. And so what that means is, by showing up every day, giving your best effort, you are going to eventually get where you want to go. There's a theory about 10,000 hours. It takes 10,000 hours to reach mastery in a specific skill. And so, you show up to practice one day and you have a bad practice. What are you going to do the next practice? Are you going to come and you're going to get discouraged and then not give that effort? No, that's just a small portion of the bigger picture. So we can make all those small portions build up to something huge and something great. So we talk a lot about being a doer, not just talking about giving effort. Like I said earlier, it's easy to talk about something. It's a lot harder to have to live in your culture and live within our team every single day. So be a doer. Show people what you do. Don't just talk about what you do. And then evaluate how you get better each day. So, maybe that day you have a bad practice. Maybe you had something else that happened. Like maybe you had a test that you took, you had a really good grade on that's in a really hard class. Look for ways where you can find where you're giving effort and that effort is paying off every single day. And then criticism. And this is going to be something that we'll be talking about specifically later in the semester in small groups. How to learn from criticism. And so not just receiving criticism, but then also giving it. Being respectful when you give criticism. Not just saying, oh, that sucked, You need to be respectful, you need to be constructive, but then when you receive it, you also need to know that that person is doing it because they want you to be better and they want our team to be better. Last one. And then this last one, being inspired by the successes of others. So it's really easy, if somebody is having a really good time and they're performing awesome, and they're on scholarship and they're doing all this great stuff. It's easy to say, oh, look at them and say, I want that. Being jealous and being resentful of the fact that they have something that you don't. Instead of being jealous and being resentful, we can say, I want that. What steps do I need to take to get there? What changes do I need to make so I can be there someday and I can feel all those great feelings that they're feeling right now. And so I think a really good example of this that we talked about was Tony and Jono at SECs. Tony didn't have a great day. Jono had a pretty good day. But Tony was still there. He was still there for Jono. He was rooting him on, and he was saying, hey man, you're awesome. Even though I had a bad day, I'm still going to be here. So, and then just another more general example is challenges of newcomers and upperclassmen. So, we're trying to, like Coach Walker said, we're trying to recruit on a high level. We're trying to bring in great people. And, we bring in a lot of really fast freshmen that can jump high, freshmen that can throw far. And so the upperclassmen, could possibly feel threatened. And that's normal. You guys have been here working really hard, but you could, feel threatened and then just kind of step back from it and then just say, oh, well, I'm not gonna give full effort. Or you could say, oh, he's a real fast freshman. I want to beat him. I want to be faster than him. And then same thing. It goes both ways. Freshman comes in, sees a senior that's running really fast, throwing really far, jumping really high. I want to be like that senior, doing all that stuff. What do I have to do to get there? Asking yourself that every day. So, when we're talking about growth mindset, we're talking about higher levels of success. And when we're talking about fixed mindset, it's not reaching your full potential. And so we had an idea about these different topics, and I think Mitch came up with a pretty good hashtag that we said. So if you guys want to talk about any of these topics, like on Twitter or Facebook or anything like that, Instagram, you see some good examples of it, just hashtag it's grow time. Because that's how then people will know what we're talking about and you share that message with everybody. So I think that's all for me. So